5 things mortgage broker wishes buyer knew. The budgetary side of home buying can in some cases feel like a bad dream in which buyer is stuck in an analytics list that never closes and he have overlooked the importance of everything. PITI? Prepayment punishments? Possibilities? Befuddling is putting it mildly. He is the first to concede that searching for a house is heaps of fun, yet paying for one? Not really. Be that as it may, in the event that he has a strong home loan agent to help mentor him through the procedure, he is insured to convey his a diversion to the home buying table. Notwithstanding helping him locate the best arrangement, a home loan seller is likewise a significant asset for novice buyers attempting to see how this complex, and regularly convoluted, undertaking works. This is what his home loan seller wishes he knew from the begin. 1. Dealer ought to be the first call the buyer. With regards to budgetary issues, home loan dealer ought to be first call and buyer is presumably going to need to keep him on speed dial. He's not just to discover him in advance, close by his realtor. He's anxious to control him through the home buying process. When buyer is exploring the dinky, turbulent waters of home ownership, his home loan representative will have the capacity to give customized exhortation intended for motivating him to shore securely, joyfully, and without spilling money. 2. Have a group set up. Some portion of getting ready to buy a house is assembling a group, so when begin the procedure, they're as of now bolted and stacked. A realtor, obviously, yet in addition a home investigator and lawyer, which will all be convenient once shutting time moves around. When buyer is as of now terrified about his financial plan, increasing costs, and out moving, not worrying about finding a legitimate lawyer or home auditor gives him some true serenity. Wouldn't it be smarter to definitely know who buyer will utilize? Individuals without an unmistakable arrangement have a tendency to have buyers regret they freeze, they're anxious versus buyer have group set up. 3. Comprehend the standards about upfront installments. Buyer can't obtain cash from a companion, and guarantors will survey any vast stores to guarantee their endowments, not advances. A home loan agent can enable him to make sense of the best legitimate approach to subsidize him upfront installment, yet with regards to money-related controls, things need to remain completely above board. First-time home buyers shy of money figure they can take cash from their companion and utilize it and pay their companion back. How about we are perfectly clear on this? Buyer can't acquire an upfront installment, it's simply not permitted. In case buyer is utilizing blessing cash to cover any piece of his store, ensure it's altogether recorded. 4. Keep buyer home loan intermediary on the up and up, discussing documentation, have a considerable measure of it, and offer everything with his home loan agent. Buyer intermediary will be personally acquainted with the money-related directions associated with buying a home, and along these lines will be better ready to liaise amongst buyer and the guarantor when issues emerge. That goes for credit issues, as well. In case buyer is experiencing issues getting endorsed for a bank advance, have a go at working with a home loan specialist first and have every one of his papers all together. 5. Try not to roll out any sudden improvements. Once buyer have begun the advance procedure, don't roll out any significant improvements or buys without addressing his home loan expert. What's more, odds are great he'll encourage buyer to hold up. Any substantial consumption or money-related change can postpone buyer end or even outcome in a decay from the bank. Make sure buyer end has experienced, and at exactly that point would you be able to simply ahead and make any major new buys. The same applies to new employment, even on the off chance that buyer gets an offer with a huge boost in salary. Despite everything, he shouldn't begin another activity amid shutting. or then again even acknowledge it. Attempt to postpone it until after the nearby. Numerous banks require late pay stubs, so going up against another part amid the home buying procedure will mean pushing back the end date. Figure buyer can conceal this stuff from his bank. Numerous banks do a verbal business affirmation before subsidizing his credit, and on the off chance that they discover any errors, it can wreak devastation on his advance. Try not to transform anything from the time buyer check with his lender. Try not to roll out any improvements to his work. Try not to try and put in notice to his present business. For free samples of probates, inherited, foreclosures, absentees, landlord, vacant, code violations, evictions list, visit www.relsupermarket.com.